by contract manufacturers, not manufactured by the company whose brand it actually is. We manufacture everything that you see. We do it with solar energy, so we do it environmentally responsibly, but at the same time, we do it being responsible to you that when you're going to take a multivitamin, any kind of dietary supplement, you're doing so because you're seeking benefits. Maybe your doctor recommended you do so, maybe just your own perception of your diet says it's sensible health insurance to get the nutrients that you need. But when you decide to seek those benefits, you shouldn't be embracing problems. And all of my products are specifically and entirely designed to deliver benefits and not to deliver any problems at all. That's the focus of all of our products, is to avoid the problems that typical multivitamins cause, because typical multivitamins, multiminerals, they're basically rocks. And I don't use that figuratively, I use that literally. If these products contain minerals and these minerals are compressed into a dense mass, what did you just create? You created a rock. So both literally and figuratively, they create rocks. We do not. All of my products, whether they're a powder or a liquid comes in a small, easy-to-swallow capsule. The powder is an ultra-fine powder in a small, easy-to-swallow capsule, immediately available.
You know, one of the things that certainly as a host on HSN, we learn not to do, because it's not advantageous to anyone, is to describe a product as the best. Because my opinion of something is different to your opinion of something, and not everything can be the best. This is the rare occasion where I always do say it. Andrew's vitamins, in my opinion, are the finest. And even if you've been taking a multivitamin for many, many years, and you see the adverts, you see the commercials, and we believe it's doing good for us, all I would ask is that you take your multivitamin and compare it to Andrew's. Because Andrew, that side by side, yours is the winner.
No, there's absolutely no comparison. If you simply look at purity, the typical multivitamin, we have a whole bunch here. And these are the leading multivitamins. They're all
it's a rainbow of colors.
And they're beautiful colors. I arranged them the other day in the colors of the rainbow. They were red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. They were all there. And they were all there. Ours have no artificial colors, no additives, no binders, no fillers, just an ultrafine powder in a small, easy-to-swallow capsule. You could read all the reviews, and there are thousands, and they'll all talk about how mild it is and how it, even though they had problems in the past with other multivitamins, they had no problem with ours. And no other multivitamin contains zeaxanthin for eye health. Most of them contain trace amounts of lutein or lycopene. Most of them don't even contain them, but if they do, it's trace amounts. None of them contain gamma-tocopherol. Ours contains the most protective form of vitamin E. Again, ours contains the most active form and a protected form of B12, the natural coenzyme form. None of the other leading brands do that. So there's no comparison in terms of quality of ingredients, in terms of amount of ingredients. We actually give you more of what you need and what you want. So it really is an easy decision when it comes to that basic nutritional insurance. Essential1, there's no other multivitamin like it.
We're all trying to make the best decisions possible, and the only way we make good decisions is with good information. And I know that's what Andrew relishes being on television for, to being able to impart this information in a way that allows us to make our own decision. The thing is, no matter what I say or Andrew says, the facts speak for themselves. And Andrew, your core principle has always been to deliver the very best product.
That's because we make it ourselves. We have no obstacles to making the very best products. When most companies that are selling things at retail and retail stores, in fact, the largest vitamin brands in America aren't the brands that you might be familiar with. They're the brands that carry the names of the retail stores, whether it's retail discount chains, or whether it's a retail grocery chain, or whether it's a retail drug chain. And those folks obviously don't make vitamins. They hire companies to make vitamins for them. They put it out for bid to contract manufacturers. So there isn't an incentive to dig deeply into the science. In their mind, there's an incentive to make you think that all vitamins are created equal.
Right.
So the cheapest stuff is the best stuff. But obviously that's not true. Even when it comes to vitamin E, there's huge differentiation. Between B12, huge differentiation. Between vitamin C, there's forms of vitamin C that will cause upset stomach. There's forms that will not. And so when you look at these things, dosage form, swallowing a tablet will be unpleasant. It will have a high likelihood of upsetting your stomach. It brings with it all sorts of unnecessary additives and other chemicals. Most of these tableted vitamins contain sugar because they want it to be sweet in your mouth, so they coat it with things like sugar. So if you really sort of peel back layers of the onion, you learn more and more that all vitamins are not created equal. Our vitamins are objectively superior in terms of their purity, in terms of the choice of ingredients, and that's just very simple. And that's what I've been doing on television, and it's hard to believe, for almost 30 years. Wow. And since I started my company 39 years ago, my job is basically to try and provide information about the science, because it's in the interests of all the others out in the marketplace to not have you informed. Because if you are informed, you'd know better than to choose their products, unfortunately.
You know, I think some of us are very trusting, some of us are very skeptical. I'm a little bit of both.
Skeptical is good.
Skeptical is good?
When it comes to our health, it's good to not cross over into cynical.
Right.
But skeptical is good. You deserve answers. You deserve to understand why and how a product will work for you and why it might be superior to another product. You deserve to know that, and that's what I spend most of my time I endeavor to do when I'm up here.
And all I would ask of you at this final show of the visit, and Andrew's not returning, I don't believe, for
3 months, more than 3 months.
3 months from now. I'd love for you to get started on your Essential1. If this is maybe your first introduction to Andrew's brand, it's the best introduction. It's to take one pill daily that absolutely gives you that kick of confidence, because you're getting and giving your body the things it needs.
And it's like getting a separate vitamin D and a separate B12, which are the two most important separates that I think people can consider. And ours are unlike anyone else's in the market. But there were I have a whole bunch of questions here, hundreds of questions, and I'll answer them as we walk over to the next set. One of them is a question whether we'll start doing products with CBD oil. And since many states in the U.S. have now legalized